In the opening, an elderly woman hides a carpet-wrapped body in a freezer. The story flashes back to 16-year-old Veronica teaching her grandmother, Isabel, how to use a phone and playing piano. Isabel gifts Veronica malachite earrings, keeping a matching pair for herself. Before leaving for the St. Anthony Fair, Veronica requests a rabbit dinner for the next day. Her father, Antonio, sets a 2 a.m. curfew. At the fair, Veronica and her friend Martha get into Jonas Farrow's car, an act caught on surveillance. When Veronica fails to return, a frantic Isabel alerts Antonio and Lupe. A massive search ensues. Jonas is arrested but claims he only gave the girls a ride to meet someone else. Eventually, Veronica's blood-stained jacket is found in the forest. Forensic analysis confirms the blood belongs to both missing girls, leaving Isabel devastated. Devastated by the news, Isabel faces even greater heartbreak when fishermen recover Martha's body from the sea. Following a somber funeral attended by the entire town, including the grieving Salazar family, the investigation stalls. 2 years pass without a trace of Veronica. Due to a lack of evidence, Jonas is released, and the court closes the case. While Antonio attempts to move on for his daughter Lupe's sake, Isabel refuses to surrender. She confronts Inspector Zero, questioning if Martha's father, Rafael Salazar, a man rumored to have criminal ties, is involved. Zero insists he was cleared, but Isabel remains unconvinced. She visits the Salazar mansion, bluntly demanding the truth from Rafael. He claims his own private efforts to find answers failed. Determined, Isabel begins her own investigation while maintaining her routine, including giving piano lessons to a young man named Beltran. Later, Antonio invites her to dinner, hoping to find some semblance of normalcy. Isabel's neighbor, Sofino, offers help, but she remains distant, consumed by her quest for justice. During a family dinner, Antonio hides his grief for Lupe's sake, but Isabel cannot find peace. Spotting Jonas working as a delivery driver, her suspicion reignites. Even after Inspector Zero visits to confirm the case is officially closing, revealing he knew Isabel sent a fake anonymous tip to keep the investigation alive, she refuses to stop. Determined to confront Jonas, Isabel tracks him to his second job at the fish market. Threatening him with a knife, she demands the truth. Jonas insists on his innocence, revealing that even Rafael Salazar tortured him to no avail. He finally recounts the fateful night. The girls asked for a ride to meet a friend, noting that Veronica's desire for attention was well known. Crucially, he recalls Martha mocking Veronica's malachite earrings just before they disappeared. When asked about the earrings, Jonas recalls Veronica stayed silent. Isabel, overwhelmed, returns home to wear her matching pair and drinks heavily. The next morning, her piano student, Beltran, arrives for a lesson and mentions he has seen those earrings before. Suspicious of how he could know this, Isabel drugs his coffee and ties him up. Under the threat of a hammer, Beltran claims Veronica bragged about the earrings at the fair. Knowing Veronica actually disliked them, Isabel catches his lie. Beltran finally confesses. He took the girls to an elite party for athletes and celebrities where they intended to make money. He claims they left with a man named Carlos Hyan. When Beltran crudely insults Veronica's character, Isabel kills him in a fit of rage. As she hides the body, her neighbor, Sofino, arrives with a gift. While Isabel tries to dismiss Sofino, Beltran, who survived the attack, regains consciousness and dials emergency services. He passes out again before speaking, and Isabel quickly hangs up and hides him in her freezer. Beltran's claims about Veronica's double life haunt her. Meanwhile, Isabel has to pick up Lupe from the police station after a drunken disturbance. Lupe reveals her deep resentment, feeling invisible in the shadow of her perfect sister, noting that Isabel even labels Veronica as favorite granddaughter in her phone. Inspector Zero returns, tracking Beltran's last phone signal to the area. Isabel lies, claiming he left their lesson early. Doubting how well she actually knew Veronica, Isabel turns to Rafael Salazar. She offers him the name of the man the girls left with, Carlos Hyan, on the condition that Rafael disposes of Beltran's body. Raphael agrees, using his resources to kidnap Carlos Hyan for interrogation. Isabel cancels an opera date with Sofino, dismissing his plea to move on. Meanwhile, the investigation turns scandalous when the police leak indecent photos of Veronica found on Beltran's computer. This media frenzy devastates Lupe, who fears a repeat of the public scrutiny. Inspector Zero visits Raphael, hoping his dealership records can identify the wealthy guests from the private party, but Raphael refuses to help. The case grows more dangerous when a recording of Beltran's emergency call is broadcast. Sofino's distinct whistling is audible in the background. Recognizing his own whistle, Sofino realizes Beltran was at Isabel's and attempts to blackmail her into a date, but she defiantly refuses. Simultaneously, Raphael informs Isabel that Carlos Hyan is innocent, but mentions a third girl, an Arab girl with a forehead birthmark, who was with the victims. Isabel infiltrates the school to find this girl's file, identifying her as Jamila Abdullah and photographing her records. A teacher reveals Jamila's family vanished 2 years ago. Meanwhile, the police arrive at Isabel's home after Sofino reports the emergency call recording. Isabel deflects, accusing Sofino of vengeful blackmail, and dismisses bloodstains on her floor as meat drippings. With forensic results pending, she meets Raphael, demanding to see Carlos Hyan before she reveals Jamila's identity. Isabel witnesses Raphael brutally execute Carlos after the captive insists the girls left with Jamila. Shattered, Isabel gives Raphael the name, but is soon called to the hospital. Lupe has attempted self-harm, unable to bear the public shaming of her sister. In a shocking twist, Antonio confesses that Veronica is alive. The night of the party is finally revealed. After Beltran provided substances, the girls encountered Carlos Hyan. When Martha fell ill, Carlos assaulted her. Veronica and Jamila tried to stop him, but Martha died. Traumatized, Veronica fled home to her father, who found her sobbing while he was supposed to be asleep. Antonio confesses that he staged the disappearance to protect Veronica. After Martha died, he planted the blood-stained jacket and dumped Martha's body at sea, fearing Raphael's revenge if the truth surfaced. He then sent Veronica to hide in Morocco with a friend. Isabel is horrified that her son let her grieve for 2 years, but Antonio reminds her of her own past abandonment of him, justifying his secrecy. With the police closing in due to Beltran's disappearance, Antonio's plan to flee to Brazil is jeopardized. Meanwhile, Raphael calls Isabel, revealing he has tracked Jamila to a diving club. Realizing Jamila is the only witness who can expose the truth and endanger Veronica, Isabel acts fast. She instructs Antonio to report Raphael to the police for Carlos Hyan's kidnapping, hoping to stop the vengeful father before he reaches Jamila. Isabel is prepared for arrest to protect Veronica. Though Raphael's wife begs him to stop his pursuit of vengeance, he is intercepted and detained by Inspector Zero. During questioning, Raphael denies kidnapping Carlos, but a breakthrough occurs. Forensics confirm the blood in Isabel's home belongs to Beltran. Due to lack of evidence regarding Carlos, Raphael is released. Isabel tracks Jamila to her home and gains entry by lying about how she found the address. Intent on silencing the last witness, Isabel drugs Jamila's coffee. While Inspector Zero informs a stunned Antonio that his mother is a murder suspect, Isabel prepares to kill the unconscious Jamila. However, she stops when she discovers photos of Jamila and Veronica together. Suddenly, Veronica appears. She has been hiding with Jamila all along. The grandmother and granddaughter are finally reunited. Raphael breaks into Jamila's home, but Isabel and the girls escape to a remote commune led by her friend Inan. There, Veronica reveals the painful truth. They attended the party not for money, but to escape loneliness caused by her mother's death and Isabel's past absence. Isabel realizes her failures, but is determined to protect her granddaughter now. In a final attempt to end the cycle of violence, Isabel meets Raphael, urging him to stop his search and suggesting Martha's death might have been an accident. Raphael refuses, vowing revenge at any cost. Realizing the danger, Isabel calls Antonio to arrange Veronica's escape back to Morocco, only to realize the police are wiretapping the call. After ensuring Veronica is safely headed to the port, Isabel picks up Raphael and confesses the devastating reality. The three girls had argued after leaving the party because Martha wanted to go to the police. During the confrontation, frustrated Veronica pushed Martha, causing her to fall and suffer a fatal head injury. Realizing that Raphael would never stop hunting her family, Isabel makes a final desperate sacrifice. As she reveals the truth about Martha's accidental death, she suddenly accelerates and steers the car into the sea. The vehicle plunges into the depths, and neither Isabel nor Raphael survives the crash. By taking her own life and that of the man seeking vengeance, Isabel ensures the safety of her son and granddaughter, finally finding the peace that had eluded her.